So how do we get out of a PCP finance deal kind of midway through the term? Let's discuss that today. Welcome back to the channel, folks. JD here again. So a few questions that I keep getting asked, and I thought I'd answer them today, is can you get out of a PCP? People, I think, are often under the impression that when you take out a car on a PCP, you can't get out of it. You can't sell it, you've got to keep it to the end, etc. Now, we've talked about voluntary termination in the past, which is where you have paid 50% of the total amount borrowed, including charges, including any deposit you've paid. You can hand the car back under those circumstances. But sometimes people say, oh, I've taken a car out on PCP. How do I actually get rid of it? How do I get out of the deal? Can I sell the car, for example? And that's what we're going to look at today. So what I've done is I'm going to take a fictitious example, and I've chosen an Audi A1. So it's a pretty standard car, retailing at 19,635 apparently, and I've gone for the very, very basic spec. So this is the Technic 25 TFSI 5-speed manual. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this on the screen, but essentially it's a 48-month deal they're quoting here. 47 plus 1, we've talked about that before. So remember, if it's a 4-year quote that you're after, make sure it is 4 years, or make sure it's clearly stated whether it's 4 years or effectively 4 years plus 1 month. Now this is telling me here, excuse me, this is telling me here that there's 47 payments. So this is what I would call 47 plus 1. So 47 equal payments. Month 48 is where your guaranteed future value lies. Sometimes you'll see a quote that says 48 months, and actually it's 49 months because it's 48 equal payments, month 49 being where the final value lies. So in this case, it's 47 plus 1. So it's telling me, look, the retail cash price is 19,635. We've got a final value in 48 months of 9,573,935, an Audi deposit contribution of 250 quid. We've got to put 1938.50 in, only in this example. You know, when you look at these quotes, don't think that that's exactly what you've got to put in. This is just an example. You can pretty much put what you like in, up to a certain maximum, and you can put nothing in if you wish. So they're saying 1938.50. They're saying 47 equal payments of 222.41. So what I'm going to do is assume that we've taken out this PCP agreement and we want to sell the car in 2 years' time. So for that, we need the spreadsheet. Now, as I always say, for a one-off contribution of £10, you can get yourself a copy of this spreadsheet for calculating and comparing PCP deals. It'll let you show you where your VT or your voluntary termination point lies. It'll let you see, as we're going to do today, a settlement, give or take 100 quid or so, anytime throughout the agreement. So let's put in the figures, and first of all let's see if the spreadsheet is giving us a very close figure to what the quoted figure is. So I need what we got here. We've got a retail cash price of 19,635. So I'm going to put that in here. Look, 19,635. Deposit is what they're saying, 1938.50. And a dealer deposit of 250, and a guaranteed future value of 9,579.35. Okay, we won't bother with an option to purchase fee. It's usually a tenner or less. We'll assume that we started it 2 years ago from today. So bear with me, the dog wants to come in. Right, you're going to have to be part of this video now. You've knocked on the door. Say hello to everyone. Let me put you... Where do you want to go? Let's go on the windowsill. Go over here. You're ruining my video, dog. Right. I could have cut that out, but I suppose I'll leave it in, a bit of interest for you. So, starting month. Let's say it was July 2019. We're currently in July 2021, so we're assuming that we're 2 years into this 4-year deal. Quoted APR from Audi is 4.9. And now this is important if you do ever get the spreadsheet. the months in there, I've put there, look, important, enter equal payments. So we need to put 47 in there, not 48, because it's 47 equal payments. Right, my spreadsheet is coming out at 222.95. They're quoting 222.41. So that's pretty good. So the spreadsheet's working nicely. Okay, so this is where we can do a little bit of analysis and see where we're going to be effectively 2 years into this agreement. So if we go to our amortization table and we go to today's month, because obviously we put the starting month in at July 2019. So we're going to go to effectively July 2021. So we've made 24 equal payments. And it's telling me, lot, that give or take a little bit, because it depends on the charges that they charge, that the finance company applies when you want to get out of an agreement early, but it's around £13,600. So effectively, today, that is what we would need to phone. We'd need to phone up Audi Finance, Volkswagen Audi Finance, and get a settlement figure, and it would be around that figure, and that's what we'd have to give them to own the car. So what I'm going to do is I've got a valuation. Now, used car valuations at the moment, because there is quite a shortage of new cars, are pretty good. You know, I've never known them so good. So this is telling me, lot, that on a 2-year-old Audi A1 TFSI 25 Technic Sportback manual with 20,000 miles on the clock, the part exchange guide price on Auto Trader today is 16,190. So if I put 16,190 into the old spreadsheet, I'm going to put it in the cap value column. So at July 2021, 16,590. Effectively, lot, we have got, in this example, £3,000 in our pockets. And we've only put in, what did we put in at the beginning? 1938. So we've actually, if this is true and we did get 16,590 for the car, we'd walk away with £3,000, I suppose, less our initial 1938. So over £1,000 up. And that's really quite unusual halfway through a PCP to be that much in positive equity, if you like. So it just shows you at the moment that used values are really good. So to answer the question that people sometimes ask me, can you get out of a PCP? Absolutely, whenever you like. So all I've done, I've got a virtual settlement figure 2 years into the deal, and I've looked what I can get for the car. Now, Philip Schofield keeps banging on about We Buy Any Car, you know, and saying that you can sell a car with finance on. You can. So a lot of these places, I've done it before, you take the car to them, you take your settlement figure to them, they will pay off the finance and they will give you that equity directly to you. So it's perfectly possible. You're not stuck in a car on a PCP. It's a little bit different with a lease. There are higher charges to get out of a lease, and usually, you know, it's more common to run a lease to the end. You won't have any equity in the car, providing you've taken reasonable care of it, and you can just hand the car back. But with the PCP, really it's an HP agreement with a higher balloon payment at the end, so you can sell it, you can get out of it. The only thing I would say, you're not really allowed to sell the car because you don't own it. So places like We Buy Any Car will settle the finance for you, and then, as I said, give you that equity back. If you're in negative equity, right now the postman's here, so I'm going to have to pause it. Welcome back. Sorry about that. The postman came, and then the dog goes ape. So I've had to just pause things for a minute. Anyway, so I hope that makes sense. So I think what I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by the dog was that you can sell a car anytime on PCP. It's sometimes difficult. You're not really supposed to sell it privately with finance on. So what you would do is take it to a place like We Buy Any Car, Arnold Clark, Motorway, places like that. Really some really good reviews of Motorway, by the way, if you do want to sell your car. They will settle the finance and give you any positive equity. If you're in negative equity, so let's say on the spreadsheet we actually found that, and I can't get to the spreadsheet, here we go. Let's say the cap value was only 12,000, so we owed 1595. Then what you could do is give We Buy Any Car the extra 1595, or whoever you're selling it to, no affiliation with We Buy Any Car, and they will settle the finance for you. Okay, so I hope that was reasonably useful, short and sweet today. I'm going to do some more Tesla videos soon. I'm going to do a maintenance video, just my general maintenance routine, the products I use, how I wash the car. I'm going to do a bit of video on the white interior because that's a concern for some people, just showing you how it's holding up after 6 weeks of driving and how I clean that. And I'm going to do a general driving video in the Tesla soon as well. Okay, so I hope that was useful. As I said, do fling me an email if you want a copy of that spreadsheet you've just seen, or also the salary sacrifice spreadsheet if anyone's interested in the savings that you could make going through a salary sacrifice car scheme for an electric vehicle. As always, if you haven't already done so, please do subscribe, comment and like, etc. blah blah blah, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Take care.